Iran's state television interrupted its regular news broadcast to announce that Syed Razi Mousavi had been killed, describing him as one of the most experienced IRGC advisors in Syria. The semi-official Tasnim news agency said Mousavi was an experienced military advisor to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. It was reported that he was killed in an airstrike in the Sayyida Zeinab area southeast of Damascus. Israel's carried out military strikes in Syria for years against what it says are Iran-linked targets. The strikes have increased in frequency over the past few months following Hamas's attack on the 7th of October. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Israel has landed a major blow to Iran by taking out Syed Razi Mousavi. Let's get into the details.
Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
IRGC said in a statement, "We bring to the awareness of the noble and heroic Iranian nation that a few hours ago, in a criminal airstrike by the fake and child-killing Zionist regime on Damascus, Brigadier General Syed Razi Mousavi, one of IRGC's experienced military advisors, was martyred in Syria. He was one of the comrades of martyr General Qasem Soleimani and was responsible for supporting the resistance front in Syria. Congratulations and condolences on the martyrdom of this heroic commander to his noble family and the commanders and fighters of the Islamic Resistance Front. It's emphasized that the usurping and barbaric Zionist regime will pay for this crime." Iranian forces have been present in Syria since the early stages of the Syrian civil war, where they helped support the regime of President Bashar al-Assad against widespread rebellion against his rule. Mousavi is said to have been an aide to IRGC commander Qasem Soleimani, who was killed by the United States in 2020. He is one of the most senior IRGC operatives in Syria, according to Tasnim news agency, and helped coordinate the relationship between Tehran and Damascus. The state media also published a photograph of him and General Soleimani posing close together. According to Israeli media, Mousavi was responsible for coordinating the military alliance between Iran and Syria. The Israeli defense also believes him to be involved in Tehran's efforts to supply weapons to terror proxies in the area, including Lebanon's Hezbollah terror group. He is also said to have lived in Syria for 30 years and had his own office inside the Syrian Defense Ministry. There has been no immediate comment from Israel's military, which rarely discusses cross-border strikes. It's unclear how and with what kind of weapons the hit was carried out. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi expressed condolences for Mousavi's death, saying Israel will certainly pay for this crime. Iran's defense ministry spokesman said the response to Syed Razi Mousavi's assassination will be decisively and effectively taken at the right time, place, and method so that Israel will be unable to achieve its goals. The funeral procession of Mousavi in Tehran was attended by a large number of people. Hamas offered condolences to IRGC on the martyrdom of Mousavi. An Iranian official says that Israel had earlier made 2 unsuccessful assassination attempts against Mousavi. This is not the first time Israel has carried out such a strike in recent times. Earlier this month, Iran accused Israel of killing 2 members of the Revolutionary Guards in Syria. Iran has not been able to protect its key military leaders on multiple occasions, and this has exposed the vulnerabilities of the regime. In 2020, General Qasem Soleimani, who is the head of Iran's elite Quds force, was killed in the U.S. drone strike at Baghdad's International Airport. The precision strike by American MQ-9 Reaper drone took out Soleimani, along with several officials from Iraqi militias backed by Tehran. The hit also killed Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, the deputy commander of Iran-backed militias, known as the Popular Mobilization Forces, or PMF. Israeli Air Force also demonstrated the ability to penetrate deep inside Iran. Israeli F-35I stealth fighters had struck several Iranian targets in Iraq twice in 2018. Not only this, as reported by the Kuwaiti Al Jarida newspaper, 2 F-35I Adir jets flew undetected over Syria and Iraq and were able to sneak into Iranian airspace. They carried out reconnaissance missions over the Iranian cities Bandar Abbas, Esfahan, and Shiraz. Syria is where the Russian S-300 and S-400 were present, and these were clueless. Defense Updates community may note that Russia had deployed S-300 and S-400 in Syria in its quest to support Bashar al-Assad regime and to protect its own assets fielded in the country. The move has the potential to result in the outbreak of an all-out war between Israel and Iran. The strike comes amid fears that Israel's war with the Palestinian armed group Hamas in Gaza could expand into a wider regional conflict, with Iran-backed groups getting involved. Tehran, which wants the elimination of Israel, provides substantial support to Hamas and other Palestinian extremist groups. Additionally, it sponsors terror proxies across the Middle East, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen. Barak Ravid, a reporter for U.S. news site Axios, quotes an unnamed Israeli official who says that Israel is preparing for retaliation that could include rocket fire from Syria and Lebanon. While Iran has been vowing to attack Israel, it's not really done anything directly. The presence of 2 American carrier strike groups, along with other assets in the region, most likely is the cause for holding back. Israel's actions indicate that it will not be on the defensive and is ready for an escalation.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.